Hey everybody, and welcome to another video on E.Stampley art. In this video you'll see I'll be using December 2018's Copic Colors of the month. When I first saw these colors I thought of winter, and when I thought of winter then I thought of Winterfell, which made me think obviously of Game of Thrones, and then I thought about, well, what about the wall? What if I draw this something with the wall? And so you can see right here I did like a little sketch of my idea. I have like a raven / crow in the foreground, kind of representative of the messengers that are in the show, as well as representation of what they call the Night Watch. They call them crows. So I thought that'd be kind of neat to have him kind of looming in the foreground and have a wall in the wall in the background. Also in this video, I wanted to talk about my 2019 art goals as well. I didn't create a really long list. I only came up with basically 5 major points that I kind of want to deal with and kind of better myself at this year. I didn't want some outrageous list that I didn't think I would be able to accomplish. I wanted to focus on the things I really, really wanted to do this year. And these are in no particular order, just so you know. The first thing was I really want to play with watercolor. So I'm kind of really excited about it. I'm kind of nervous about it, but I'm excited about it. I've never played with watercolor before. I've seen beautiful things that artists online have done with it, so I'm kind of excited to try to use it and hopefully gain it as another thing in my arsenal to be able to use in the future. Another thing I want to do is obviously sketch more. I always seem to focus on trying to do, a complete finished illustration, and I need to break out of that habit and just sketch more. Just sketch. Don't worry about this has to be a completed piece. Don't worry about that this has to be something when I'm done with it. No, just sketch. And that also kind of goes into my side hustle goal, which is to finish 1 sketchbook this year, at least 1. I always get sketchbooks and I never finish them. We've all been there, we've all done it. So my side goal of sketching more is also to finish at least 1 sketchbook. Another one of my goals this year is remembering thumbnails. I tend to just try to draw and then just do the thing and try to get it done, and I've learned that in the past if I do like a little rough sketch, that my final sketch turns out much better than I thought it could. So I need to do that. I need to do that more. Another one of my goals is to paint something. I have some gouache and I have acrylics, and they're just kind of sitting there and they're really pretty in their box, but I actually need to crack them open and do something with them. So my idea is to paint something. Another one of my goals is to utilize more reference and using it wisely. I tend to sometimes not use reference, and I need to break myself of that habit. It's like, no, just go online, look at some reference, and that will help you. And when I say use it wisely, I mean sometimes when I use reference, I'm trying to mentally copy exactly what I am referencing, if you know what I mean, instead of taking the reference as exactly what it is, a reference, and putting it in your style. And that's what I mean by using it wisely, not just trying to copy the reference for what I'm doing, but using it in my style. I actually used a lot of materials on this, not just Copics, but also some acrylic paint. I put a little bit of acrylic on a really, really dry brush and just kind of wanted to give, kind of like a snow speckled feel, a little bit of texture and stuff on the outside. Okay, now I'm just kind of like tearing out the image. I wanted kind of a rough edge to it. So I'm using this ruler just to literally tear the paper out of the thing. I want the little tail of the raven to kind of stick out outside of the frame. And I'm tracing around the image just to get kind of the dimensions so I can make like another little mini white frame that's gonna go around the outside of the illustration. And I also wanted the kind of torn paper feel for it. It just seems to go well with considering the theme. If you look at Game of Thrones, obviously their paper isn't going to be, you know, precise and neat and, you know, like printer copy paper. So I thought this little torn paper feel was kind of a cool little effect.
In the name of our king.
This project also kind of evolved. It originally was just going to be the illustration, and then I added the border, as you can see. And then I started thinking, I was like, man, this kind of almost looks like a postcard. You almost feel like it should have that kind of interesting font. It's like, welcome to, you know, the wall or whatever, you know, on it or something like that. So then I was like, hey, I've got some scrapbooking paper that might work with this as a background. So I found a nice scrapbooking sheet print that I thought was really cool. Kind of looks like snow a little bit against the sky, and I thought that would kind of go perfectly. So I just stuck the illustration on the white outline, and then I'm using the scrapbooking paper that I found to give it kind of that extra little frame around the edges, which will be kind of clean. So now I've got my scrapbooking paper and it's all ready to go, and I was like, hey, if I'm gonna make it a postcard, let's actually make it a postcard. So I started adding my lines like you would like the back of a postcard.
Perhaps I can give you justice.
And what postcard is not complete without some kind of little thing? So I put, Dear King of the North, we're just falling apart without you. XOXO, the wall. And it's a little Game of Thrones inspired stamp that I kind of made and stuff with the astrolabe on it that you see at the beginning of the opening of the show. So there you go. It's my Game of Thrones inspired postcard piece. In the end, it evolved over time, but I'm really, really excited and happy on how it turned out. Thank you for watching my video. Obviously, if you liked it, hit the like button down below. And if you enjoyed this video and any of my other videos, please feel free to share and obviously subscribe to my channel for more videos from E.Stampley Art. Thank you for watching. Bye.